Good morning, good evening, or good day, whatever time you are watching this recording. The following presentation has been compiled by myself, Toby Wilson, along with my team of experts, Patrick Cassidy, Shayla Pennell, Lachlan Matthews, and Rebecca Nofke. It has been outlined for us that your precinct is in need of an update to your leadership development priorities, and we are here to help. Our presentation is designed to give you all the facts and present our findings from arduous research and present you with some of our recommendations which we believe will be beneficial to your precinct in the future. Today we'll have Beck cover a brief overview of your case and what our agenda will be for this presentation. We'll then hand over to Lachlan and Shayla to give you an overview of the transactional and transformational leadership styles, and finally have Patrick finish off with some recommendations and conclusions of our findings and how we think we can benefit this department moving forward. I'll now hand over to Beck.
Effective leadership can be categorized in many ways. Nonetheless, leadership can be defined as the capacity to coordinate and manipulate a group into achieving a common goal. There are many leadership styles that can be applied in organizations. However, implementing the right one is very important. Having the best leadership style for any organizations would differ depending on the environment and circumstances, but in turn, selecting the right one will build the fundamental aspects to keep the business functioning at peak efficiency and profitability. An ideal or great leader has the ability to challenge current circumstances that adapt to a changing world, create motivation to influence employees to want to participate, give insight to how important employees' roles are, and inspire members to set and achieve goals. Having effective leadership in an organization builds avenues to achieve excellent productivity and work ethic, efficient team coordination and cooperation, motivates and satisfies employees' needs, creates a happy work environment, implements congenial foundations, builds trust, and creates understanding of one another's intentions. Referring to the case study, if leadership is ineffective in police organizations, it will lead to negative implications such as distrust, dissatisfaction, and inefficiency team coordination. For example, there needs to be correct and followed leader instructions regarding a hostage situation. If this area is corrupt, then an officer could act in an incorrect manner, resulting in potential injury to all involved and danger the hostage. This example demonstrates the importance of effective leadership through coordination. Two leadership styles that have been used for decades are established from transformational and transactional leadership models. These models examine how effective leadership styles are in the workplace, such as police organizations. I will pass over to Lachlan and Shayla, who will compare both positive and negatives for each leadership style.
Leadership can be defined as a leadership style which aims to primarily address the task of supervision, organization, as well as the overall group performance. Transactional leadership style works by having a clear structural hierarchy in the workplace. The leader entices compliance of his fellow employees through providing a reward and punishment system for work completed. Through analysing the case study, it is apparent that there are an array of positives and negatives which must be evaluated. Two positives of using the transactional leadership style in the workplace consist of providing a clear hierarchy of control as well as increasing productivity. Outlining the order of management and control allows for complete transparency between management and employees. Employees clearly understand their expectations within the organisation regarding rules and authority. This can lead to reduced conflicts by employees knowing their responsibilities. Additionally, this leadership style can increase productivity by using external reward factors, for instance, monetary incentives. This can be used as a short-term goal to motivate employees to work harder. The negatives of using this transactional leadership style consist of insensitivity and a lack of creativity. Creativity is lacking through the leadership style not allowing for flexibility. Regulated creativity does not have the same output as free creative thinking within an organization. This can take a negative toll on the workplace environment through employees not being allowed to share their innovative ideas about workplace issues. Furthermore, the transactional leadership style can be considered as insensitive through these leaders obeying rules and regulations which cannot be changed. It ultimately bypasses emotions of the employees. This can consequently lead to a decrease in the overall employee workplace morale, causing employees to leave.
Whilst we now know that transactional leaders are those who provide clear hierarchical structures and aim to increase productivity, we also find that transactional leadership styles provide the best results when built on by transformational leadership styles. We find this through research and facts collated from the case study presented. Transformational leadership involves leaders who inspire and influence their followers, or in this case, employees. According to Bass, transformational leaders engage in the full interest of their followers, which in turn leads to performance beyond expectation. Transformational leadership styles provide many benefits to a workplace environment, and as such should prove successful within the police organisations through improving workplace morale, work ethic, job satisfaction, and instills respect and trust between high authority and their employees. In a field study of transformational leadership and employee creativity and imagination, Shin and Zhao prove that these two concepts relate positively. Transformational leadership involves a leader who invests personally in their employees. This breaks down traditional power structures that inhibit high workplace morale and instill acceptance and openness to new and growing cultural changes in the workplace. Transformational leadership does have its disadvantages, although they are few compared to the advantages for our workplaces. Disadvantages include the fact that the ability to be personally invested in all employees in order to motivate success and inspire work ethic is only achievable in a smaller and more private company. Transformational leadership, in its truest form, is hard to implement in larger companies. Knowing the advantages and disadvantages of both transactional and transformational leadership, we see that police organisations would benefit greatly from building on an existing transactional leadership styles involving clear hierarchical structures accompanied by the introduction of more transformational styles where employees are given personal recognition and motivation to perform to a higher standard.
Transformational leadership is an important aspect of developing strong, thoughtful, caring leaders who will be able to grow and develop not only themselves but their peers and colleagues to ensure the combined success in the organisation. As no single leadership style, no matter how long its roots are spread, can be relied upon alone to guarantee results. When analysing the current transactional leadership styles and teachings in the police organisation, it is quickly understood that these practices are not future-proof in the ever-changing cultural and environmental climate that we are in today. Therefore, it is important to find and implement new techniques to ensure the continued success of the police organisation. The first recommendation that can be drawn upon to greatly benefit the organisation in question would be to put staff in positions of power who are best able to show strong morals and ethical ideals and exhibit good divergent thinking, where they are also able to make decisive, clear decisions quickly and calmly. This example will set a clear, defined example for future staff to strive towards and achieve the results of their leadership team experience. A further recommendation would be to increase the involvement of staff in the planning procedures around day-to-day organisation operations. This will help to inspire creativity and thinking that will enable new ideals and greater productivity. This can be achieved by brainstorming sessions and team meetings that may have traditionally only involved active participation by high-ranking staff members and officials who are set in the ways of transactional leadership. This involvement will also make all staff members responsible for the shared outcome of the project or task that they have been set, which will all only invite higher levels of commitment and enthusiasm in these practices. When looking at the traditional transactional leadership format, it is evident that the lion's share of problems rested solely on the senior members of the organisation, but by employing transformational leadership ideals, senior members would go to their respective teams and actively seek out solutions with the team, providing intellectual stimulation to come up with ways to challenge preconceived assumptions about the issues and encourage different tactile approaches and resolutions to the many operational issues faced by the organisation. The final recommendation to be made would be to process of individually considering staff members in the team by senior team members and leaders to ensure that each member is truly appreciated and considered for the valuable contributions that they have and may be able to add to the workday in and day out. This can be achieved by one-on-one interaction and mentoring of staff members to help them develop the areas where they aren't necessarily performing to their full capabilities and or potential. And becoming more personal with your underlings, it will create a thoughtful, creative environment where ideas can be shared and developed. This particular approach also forms a valuable basis for knowledge on which staff members who have skills and attributes suited to complete different tasks and projects that arise, meaning everyone is used to the best of their abilities, showing just how useful transformational leadership can be.